Welcome to another episode of Let's Make Fakemon. Last time you guys suggested food-based Pokemon ideas. Well, those of you who actually watched enough of the video to follow the prompt correctly. Today, I, Substitube, return to you with 6 of these fan-suggested designs, which will be free to use for your Pokemon-related projects. Bon appetit! First on the menu, Cosmic Jester DX suggests we try a Fire Fairy Bull monster. I started with a bunch of potential names with varying results. Believe it or not, this isn't my first rodeo when it comes to burger Fakemon. To make this one different, I positioned the burger in a way that allows this cow more mobility. Like its dairy cow predecessor, it would roll out. Its horns are based on the toothpicks used to hold burgers together, its spots are flour streaks found in discolored buns, as well as sesame, and its mouth is another set of buns. The body is a wad of ground beef, obviously, but can also double as the fuzzy fur of the American bison. Your order of beefalo, the beef tallow buffalo, is ready. With the flash fire ability, it will get even more powerful when cooked by fire moves. Simple moves beefalo can use are of course rollout, flare blitz, play rough for stab, and maybe milk drink to wash down this tasty burger. This isn't a competitive set by the way, so don't get too hung up on viability. Think of it as a level up learn set, mostly for flavor. If you're still hankering to carbo load, we have the next mon. Monstery Trope suggests we sample a pasta penguin cook, named either Penguini or Pengourmet. Yes chef! I went with Penguini. Funnily enough, there's actually a species of penguin called the macaroni penguin, recognizable by its distinct eyebrows. Macaroni eyebrows were therefore a must-have. I tried to incorporate as many types of pasta as I could. Lasagna for the whole body, pasta shells for the wings and beak, and bow tie pasta for the literal bow tie and feet. No actual linguine though. The long stringy design didn't come up organically during the sketch phase. After giving it the tricolored pasta treatment, we have Penguini, the water and fire type pasta penguin. With actual pasta in mind, I gave it the water absorb ability. Moves, Scald, Heat Wave, Feather Dance, and maybe Air Slash because it's still a bird. The entrees are done. How about some dessert? Le Pokeblock served us an ice-type mochi bunny. There are bunnies made out of mochi, there are mochis stacked on a stick, and there are mochis filled with ice cream. The designs thus far have been very simple, this one being no exception. Basic shapes, basic markings. The body is divided into 3 round segments, which can move independently and swap order if necessary. The snow-cap head and cotton tail could be interpreted as powder found on mochi, or the ice cream filling spilling out. What we lack in complexity, we make up for with pretty colors and personality. I give you Mochili, the ice-type Mochi Bunny. I see Mochili's role being a relatively weak but rare gimmick Pokemon. Its abilities would be Refrigerate, which would allow it to use normal status moves on Ghost Pokemon as well as get stabbed from normal attacks, as well as Unburden. I'm assuming it would move faster once it sheds the weight of at least one of its Mochi segments. Its basic moves would be Freeze Dry, Ice Converted Tri-Attack, since there's 3 segments, Ice Converted Endeavor, and Pain Split. Maybe even Teeter Dance since it's balancing on itself. Dessert isn't over yet. Our buddy Shark Guy recommends a ground type cake named Earth Cake. You know I love puns, so I had to choose this one. Having done only animals so far, I decided to get weird with it, doing a more complex, abstract monster. I immediately pictured the layered cake as layers of sediment, like you see in those textbooks. Slices of cake will be removed so you can see the layers themselves. The pipe fudge frosting along the borders has been changed to rocks, which opens the door for rock-type coverage moves. I couldn't decide on the frosting so I just kept it white, which opens the door for ice-type coverage. Ice, frosting, checks out. We have Earth Cake, the pure ground Earthquake cake, with ability Earth Eater. Welcome to Earth. I see it getting Earthquake of course as a move, Avalanche, Rock Slide, and for fun, Celebrate. The name for a potential evolution or pre-evolution is Terra Misu. This mon was definitely a challenge, which also made it fun. That's a lot of sweets and a lot of earth for one sitting though. To cleanse our palate, we have the next food fake. Tyrannus gave us a lot. With what my easily distracted brain could decipher, I gathered the keywords fermented, manowar, and kimchi to make a warrior jellyfish cabbage thing. The jar lid would be its shield, the liquidy jar would be its primary weapon, and the leafy greens its appendages. I debated giving it water grass, or going with the stranger grass fighting. Grass fighting is what I decided to give Fermanchi, the fermented kimchi man-of-war warrior. I was conflicted with its abilities for a while too. Salt cure, water absorb again. I decided on contrary with consideration for its future moveset, while also commenting on how counterintuitive the fermentation process seems. Adding bacteria to something somehow makes it last longer? Now what about the other ability? Since I imagined Fermanchi as a physical attacker, it would benefit from Water Veil, disallowing it from being burnt, since it's soaked in water. To make use of contrary though, I see Hammer Arm and Wood Hammer being its primary attacks, with Poison Jab for coverage and Leaf Storm for a niche special set. Not enough flavor for you? I have one more fake to present. 'Tis the seasoning to be Salem Arak, who suggests we make a sesame monster who is A. made of sesame like Palossand is made of sand, B. is related to the phrase open sesame, and C. has treasure in its mouth. I went through many sketches, having Disney's Aladdin in mind rather than Alibaba, the Tiger Cave, the treasure pile. I even resorted to Sesame Street to add another sesame layer of interpretation. The results were mixed. Along the way though, after several breaks from this design, I seemed to have lost sight of C, having mouth treasure disappear. I began interpreting the sesame seeds as coins. The treasure chest would morph into the metal casing of the seasoning shaker, and with the next genie sketch, those concepts began to merge. The bottom of the shaker became a genie lamp, the top a sort of turban with a sesame ornament, and the wispy body being replaced with sesame seeds, doubling as both gold and sand. My doodle ended up being a bit like Sneasel, which I, for whatever reason, pointed out to myself. And I went with it. I give you Sesamini, the Psychic Steel Sesame Genie, who guards treasure. We can just re-add the mouth treasure aspect in the dex entry. When a trainer speaks the correct password, it will be compelled to respond, the jewel hidden in its mouth falling out in the process. Done. Its abilities are Sandstream and Sand Rush, and its main moves are mostly set up in support. Spikes, Light Screen, Power Gem, Scorching Sand, Wish, as in your prompt wish has been granted. Did your design not make it? Don't be discouraged, Fakemon artists. Sometimes inspiration just doesn't strike me even when I really want it to. In whatever state, I will share the other fakes I attempted as well. Ready for more? Be sure to keep watching these Let's Make videos. They tend to do rather poorly on this channel, but they're still fun to make and are a resource meant for the community. The free to use mods will be on DeviantArt and the Substitube Discord, linked in the description. The prompt for the next batch is Fakemon based on my own custom type, Cyber type. Other Fakemon projects have done it before. For my version, it's mostly around hacked or glitch Pokemon. Kind of artificial like Steel, but non-physical. Cyber type is to Electric and Steel, what Ghost is to Psychic and Dark. That will be our next prompt for next time. If you want to follow along with this last prompt, share your Fakemon designs on the Substitube Discord or on Twitter. And for more Fakemon related content, why not do the usual YouTube stuff and become a Substitube subscriber? See you around.